Hello, this is Lolly. I want to share with you the first two junk journals I made using hardback books. And the first one here was a small one. It's the Random House Treasury of Best Love Poems. And it was really fun. I loved doing it. And I want to, you'll notice in the description under my video, if you open that up, I'm giving credit to the Ephemer's Vintage Garden, who finally showed me how to do this on books. I kept seeing them and I couldn't find a tutorial on how to actually take the pages out and put the signatures in there without it showing. So really thankful for her video, and I'll give you a link to that video below. So this is what I did. And I do have a closure here. It's just an eyelet there with some ribbon in it. As you can see, I put my own papers here. Covered that up. So it's a what I was trying to go with this one was just reds, pinks, and neutrals, and some gold. So this one is a coffee filter, has a little tuck spot there. Some mulberry paper, just some junk that I had, various papers, but again, I was just going more with a color theme as opposed to a specific style. There's a tuck pocket right there. Why do I always forget with this? Actually, this is tracing paper. Yeah, and I edged this. This is just a card. I put holes right there and put a ribbon through it. And also Ephemer's Vintage Garden is where I got the idea to put the hearts on the end of my strings. There's more tracing paper, and this is a pocket right there. This whole piece here, this and this was, you notice the odd shape to it. It was an envelope liner, and it had that strange shape to it, and I just kind of utilized it. And this is also a printable from Ephemer's Vintage Garden there. This is some of the paper I got from the thrift store. So is this. More mulberry paper. There's a tuck spot here with just a card for journaling in. And that's my first signature. Here's my second. This is a book page. Flips up. I have some gold spray underneath there. Old Sears catalog page right there. I love those Sears catalogs. That's just gold wrapping paper. Some vellum that I've gold edged paper. Old dictionary page. And this is an envelope that I took apart and then put it, I opened it flat, sewed my signature in over it, and then closed the sides back up. So there's the card that I have in there. I'll just lay that aside so you don't have to watch me trying to get things back in there. This lifts up. Now we're on the back side of all of those. So there was quite a bit in there. I stuffed quite as much as I could in here. I sprayed that gold as well. That's the end of the second signature. This is a hymn book page. Little pocket there. This is some wallpaper. I loved the feel of it, and I just glued some edging on that. I edged that with a hole punch, a border punch. And I did the gold here. This was one card that I folded in half. I got it in the mail. It was really cute. It was already embossed, so I thought that was really nice. And this is the grit paper that I downloaded and printed off, front and back. Another tuck spot right there. Little side pocket. There's the other part of the embossed card. And there is the back of that wallpaper. Another little pocket, wallpaper, and little decoration on the back. So that was this project. Let me set that one aside. And my next one was a Christmas one. And I was pretty nervous getting this one made. And the reason is that as I was proceeding, I was realizing how this cover was more frail than I thought it would be. So let's take a peek. And this is an old book. It says Newspaper Reporting and Correspondence. And someone had years ago glued a Christmas card on it, had gold edge and put gold glitter on it. And I just liked it because even that work itself looked like it was done a long time ago. But I realized that it was pretty frail, so I did use the corners on the book here from Tim Holtz. I used those. One thing about this is I didn't want to cover up this. It came with its own library pocket here. I love it, and I didn't want to take... Oh, I had a card in here. I have to figure out what I did with that. I don't know where that went. Anyway, So I'll have to, I wanted to preserve that, but I didn't really like this paper. I was afraid that it would get too frail to glue my binding into, so I did use Mod Podge on both sides here after I stamped a little Santa image, just to make sure that this wouldn't rip the paper right off the book. So this one is pretty stiff, and mostly because I went with the vintage Christmas theme, and I had a lot of Christmas cards that I wanted to use, and Christmas cards are pretty stiff. So this is just paper here. Okay, and a sticker from Graphic 45, but this is a Christmas card right there. And this is mulberry paper. This is a card that I got in my junk thrift store haul that had holes in it, and I put ribbon in there. Another Christmas card. And a Christmas hymn, some vellum. And this is a Christmas, no, it's paper, but I put a letter to Santa that I got. I just downloaded it from online. And this is I just did a video recently of how to make pockets like this, where the top edge of it is kind of a free form around a stamp. I'll give you a link to that. So this time I did the paper decorative side in instead of out. This is green vellum, and that's the back of the Christmas card, and the back of, isn't that pretty? The back of the card that had holes in it. Back of another Christmas card. And I just put papers on that. So that's the first signature. This is a 4-signature one. There's another Christmas card. This is Christmas paper, and I cut out, I stamped out gingerbread man. I started to call him a snowman, boy. A gingerbread man, and I glued the homemade pearls, you know, those things you make in your oven. Good grief. I'm having a hard time today. Anyway, I glued those on there and a little rhinestone, and then I used this puffy paint, Tulip Slick fabric paint, to make his frosting edges and let that dry overnight. So he's 3-dimensional. He's really cool. Okay. And some more vellum, decorative paper. This is an envelope that came with one of the Christmas cards, so turn that into a pocket here. Another Christmas card. I got this one from the dollar store, but I thought that was so cute. It really had that vintage feel to it. A little tuck spot here, and another envelope that I made into pockets on both sides. Okay, another tuck spot, back side of an envelope. These are actually strips from Target. They had these decorative Christmas strips that you were supposed to glue them together and make those paper chains, and I just kept them flat and glued them into my book. I glued lace and red rhinestones around this. Makes the book a little more chunky, but it's very pretty. And next signature, that pops up. That's from a book. This is also from that grit paper that I have. And I have a video on how I made, this is 2 envelopes put together with a hinge. I have a video on that I'll give you. There's a tag. Christmas paper. This is wallpaper here. Another Christmas card. Envelope with tags. These are from Ephemera's Vintage Garden too. And back of wallpaper. And there's the other side of that, the other envelope. Did I get the other thing out of there? I did. Okay. There's so many little pages and nooks and crannies. And this is the last signature. I love this. It was also a Christmas card from the dollar store. Stamp that I've had in my stash for a while. And this is a small Christmas card. It was too small really to use, so I just decided to glue it in there. And this is the vellum paper that has pattern in it. Christmas paper, and this is another Christmas card. So you can see there's a lot of Christmas cards in here, and there's the other part of that vellum. And this is seam binding, green seam binding. Paper, another book page, and the back of a really pretty Christmas card. And I thought that the back of that being gray kind of accented this a little bit so that we know that it's kind of vintagey and kept the color theme the same. I would have liked to have had a really bright paper there, but thank you so much for watching. This was a real fun project to make, and I've been getting several more books to do, and I've been getting some Reader's Digest books as they have been recommended to me by people, so I will start playing around with them and look at how yellowed those pages are. So cute. Anyway, so I am having fun with this, always on the lookout for more vintagey papers. Thank you so much for watching.